Testing, mic 1, testing.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Plough Lane. Welcome to 9yrsTV, bringing you all the build-up to AFC Wimbledon versus Rochdale in League 2 this afternoon. I am Nick Draper. I am joined for the moment to my left by Rob Boyce and to my right Tom Large and George Jones, and we are going to go straight into the team news for this afternoon's game. As you can see it there on the screen, and this is the first time I've laying my eyes on it, and it looks like no changes from Tuesday night. Have I got that correct, Rob?
Indeed, you have got that correct, yeah. Unchanged starting line-up, which, to be fair, I don't mind that because, you know, obviously positive result Tuesday night, why would you change it? One of the good things is we have got a couple of changes on the bench, so DJ comes into the bench and Lee Brown as well. Oh. So 2 changes on the bench, so good to have a couple of extra options. And I think the big news is Ali El-Hamadi makes the bench after what appeared to be a knock on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to ask you, Tom, about Ali. Clearly, we thought, we all know he sort of came off on Tuesday night after picked up the knock.
After an incredible cameo as well.
After about a 20-minute cameo in which he scored the second goal, we wondered, you know, I think we all thought, having seen him at the end after the game, that he looked okay and he'd be fine, but clearly maybe just with all the travelling he's done, with that knock, just precautionary, let's just not rush him straight back in the starting lineup and perhaps look to see if he can repeat what he did on Tuesday night.
Well, yeah, Spike and I bumped into him as we were walking down from the show.
Is that why he got injured?
Yeah, that was why, actually, yeah. Spike put an elbow in, but he said it was only just a knock and the ice was kind of precautionary, so yes. It was quite positive going into. When I left that, I thought, good, we're not going to lose him for a couple of games. Yeah. Look, he was fantastic when he came on. Hopefully he can have the same impact today. I'm hoping we shouldn't need him to put the cameo in. I'm hoping we'll be ahead of that point. There we go. Nice new graphic with the bench on as well.
There you go. Beautiful picture of Ali there.
Obviously Harry Griffiths makes the bench with Brown, JSEME, Ali El-Hamadi, Alf Bendel, Sam Pearson and Luke Jenkins. Good to see obviously the youth through on the bench as well. Obviously Alf Bendel will be looking to hopefully get some minutes. Should we go ahead in the game, bring him on, get him ready for next year. And Sam Pearson, who I think he's been unlucky so far. I personally like him quite a lot, and I think I've spoken about that quite a lot on the show. But I think he offers something different as well. So it's good. We've got actual cover defensively and attacking today. So yeah, quite excited.
I was going to say, here's one to test everyone's knowledge on the panel. Quayne Bartley drops out, but who else has dropped out from the subs bench? Because I can't work it out.
Yeboah.
No, he wasn't there Tuesday.
I don't know actually. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Huss wasn't back on the bench, was he?
No.
Tuesday night. No.
Huss was on the bench.
On Tuesday?
Yeah. No, Huss wasn't. Dill's Ajay Hersey.
Dylan.
There we go. That'd be
there we go.
Hersey is the one that dropped out for the returning DJ and Luke Jenkins, of course, coming back in, and Lee Brown. So George, DJ, this is I've come in totally unaware of this, so this is a pleasant surprise for me to learn that he is back in the squad. I think he's a player that have we got him for next season?
I think DJ's somebody who, in the very brief cameos we've been able to see from him before he got injured, is a very, very talented player, and I think we'd certainly have no objection to him being around next year. He has played very well, and you look at the options we've got up front with Josh Davison being out for a while, with obviously Ali needing to be rested so he doesn't get injured. It's good to have DJ coming back into the fold because he's a very, very good player, and him and Jana both being involved is going to be vital for us in this run-in.
Just a comment there from Paul Campbell saying greetings from Galway City on the Atlantic west coast of Ireland. Hello to you too, Paul, and also get your comments in on Facebook and through YouTube as well. Get in touch with us and let us know your thoughts before kick-off.
Absolutely. So we were just looking at the team lineup there. Stu's put this together for us with all the mugshots of the 11. So that's how we expect to be lining up today. As we know, 4-2-3-1 with Armani Little pushed a little bit further forward than we have seen him for the majority of his time with the club, where he's been playing alongside Alex Woodyard in that sort of deeper position. Rob, I think we're all very impressed with Armani and what he brings to that more attacking role.
Yep, I really like Armani Little in the number 10. You saw in non-league he got a lot of goals and assists there, and I think it's just a better balance with having George Marsh and Woodyard protecting that back line. Armani Little bit further forward, I do like him in the number 10 role on Tuesday night.
Right, we have seamlessly, this is the magic of television, seamlessly you can see George has morphed into Josh Davison. Josh, thank you very much for joining us.
That's right, thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking the time to come speak to us before the game today. I guess we have to start, for everyone watching at home, just a little update on your progress with the injury at this moment in time.
Yeah, so obviously I've been out for maybe 2-3 weeks now. I've got another 3, so hopefully another 3 if everything's going well, and I tore my groin, so that weren't ideal. But yeah, so recovery now.
It's it's obviously so frustrating for you. You don't want to be missing any game time or anything, but especially when, before Tuesday night we were not in the greatest of form and everything. How frustrating is it when you just, I guess you just want to get out there and sort of help the team as much as you can, especially with a bad patch?
Yeah, after playing as much football this season as what I have, like it's as a player, that's your dream, to just play it week in, week out. Do you know what I mean? And obviously watching the lads is good, but you want to be out there on the pitch. Do you know? Like it's frustrating for me watching when I want to be playing. So
yeah.
Just want to try and come back.
Yeah, hopefully on the road to recovery, as you say. So we'll see you back in a couple of weeks. You talked about the number of games you've played. We actually can look at your stats. We're going to get them up on the screen now and have a little video of some of, if not all of your goals this season, actually. Yeah. So 43 games, 40 starts this season, which is an incredible effort. 10 goals. And Stu has done this video and he's got very arty with the transitions there.
There we go, look at all this. Sliding in the fixtures and all things like that. One question I've got for you, Josh, just for those young strikers out there, what goes through your mind as you kind of bear down on goal, when the ball's over the top? What, if you can kind of recall the process that goes through your mind?
When you're through on goal, it's more about keeping composure. Like in training, you get your shots on goal every day. Do you know what I mean? More than like 10 times probably. So just in that moment, don't let it get to you. Keep your composure and pick your spot. Yeah, that's it really.
Nice. Yeah, you see you link up there. 2 goals got you off the mark at Mansfield back in August. Nathan Young-Coombs, I think you were linking up with there at the time. Is it something you prefer to have when you get the opportunity to play alongside with someone 2 up front? You're playing a lot this season, I know, as sort of the lone striker. Do you have a preference?
Yeah, well, to be fair, both worked quite well, because when I was with Coombsy, he played close to me, and I think we're quite similar in the aspect we're unselfish strikers. Mm-hmm. And 100%. When I was scoring, he was assisting. When he was scoring, I was assisting. But then when I played as a lone, I had Ayub who'd like to roll in anyway. Okay. So he played quite close to me as well, and we had a good thing going as well. So I had 2 good players to play with, to be honest. So
yeah, absolutely.
Going forwards.
Completely forgotten about Ayub. Blimey, how did I forget that? Yes, of course. So there is the goals against Colchester, winning us. I think Stu's. Is this Colchester? Yeah, you got double against Colchester, wasn't it? So you had the penalty. Which was the winner, I think, and this was the equaliser at the time.
You scored 4 goals in about 3 games, in league games, wasn't it? In 2 games against Colchester and Mansfield.
Yeah.
So I remember, I think it was the 2 games that I'd missed this season. And I remember having an eye follow one for the Mansfield game, and hearing you get a brace, I was like, well, I might have to stay away for a couple of weeks. Yeah, this one was. This is last time out against Rochdale.
Yeah, I like that one.
Josh, what has been your favourite goal this season? It's got to be Harrogate for me personally.
Harrogate.
Yeah.
Harrogate's my favourite goal.
Yeah.
This one here, I think. Oh, is it? Yeah, this one. Yeah. I just think. Yeah, the ball from Tans, touch.
What a touch!
On the left swinger. There we go. Yeah, winner as well. There's no, as a striker. It's the best feeling scoring a winner.
What was it like out on the pitch, having the stadium just erupt?
Yeah, it was loud, and just even me, there was no celebration for it at all. It was literally just run whatever come into my head, do it.
The Harrogate game, I think that winning goal was probably the loudest roar I've heard at Plough Lane this season, if I'm being honest with you.
It was loud.
Needed. But it's interesting, we've seen a few different types of goals. I know Tom's asked me about before what goes through your head. Sometimes when you get a chance, we saw Mansfield and Rochdale, where you've got a bit of time to think. Is that sometimes hard for you, or are you more instinctive, like we saw with Harrogate and Rochdale certainly seem to be more instinctive sort of finishers?
Yeah, I think quite a lot of my goals this season have been instinctive. I've not had many one-on-one kind of long runs opportunities like that. The only one I can kind of recall was kind of Crawley, where I should have probably buried it, but that's probably the only one-on-one. So I think instinctive, that's just contact. It's focusing on your technical ability. You can't pick a spot, it's quick snap of your finger, and if you miss the chance, it's gone.
Do you prefer it that way, where it's just instinctive rather than having too much time to think? If you're through on goal and you start thinking, should I dink the keeper, should I go around him? Is it just easier as a striker to be?
I think I like a bit of both, to be honest. I watch Harry Kane quite a lot, and he's a striker I kind of try to base off, and the way he's through on goal and stuff, just picks a spot, puts it there. It's kind of like a pass, it's a firm pass a lot of the time, so I think I'd enjoy both, to be honest. So.
A goal's a goal at the end of the day.
That's it, a goal's a goal. No matter how it comes, I love my tap-ins as well, don't get me wrong. I'll take them every day of the week, won't complain. So.
And one goal we did actually see there as well was the equaliser away at Colchester. Again, Ayub Asad mentioned with the assist there, but great header. That felt like a really good night. Your memories of that one, coming back to win that one 2-1 from behind?
Yeah, 100%. That was the lads we fought through. It was a tough game. Like, it was a lot of heading, kicking. Do you know what I mean? Turning balls in behind. And I think in the second half, especially, we got on top and we got just deserved. Like, Chiz scored the winner, I think, didn't he?
That was it.
Yeah.
Chizzy scored the winner.
Yeah.
And Ayo got the assist for me with that outside the foot cross, which, do you know what I mean? It's Ayo. It's a great ball. So yeah. So that was a good night.
I actually felt that night the game changed when Carl Hudland came on, because I think, you know, as you had to play the lone striker a lot of the season, when he came on, he occupied some of the defenders for you.
Yeah, so
you know.
when he came on, Kyle, the good thing about Kyle was his stature, his aerial presence. Defenders get drawn to that, because a lot of defenders do want to head it. Like, they get the buzz. That's what they get the buzz from. Heading, clearing. So they want to go and challenge for that, and they just kind of forget about what's around, and then that's when I can sneak in, get me a goal like I did there.
Nice.
Get you free job bit of space.
So obviously you've become kind of our centre forward now, and you settled in quite easily. What was it that kind of appealed to you about joining Wimbledon, obviously leaving Charlton after your season with Swindon in League Two as well? Yeah, so
when obviously summer came about, I wanted to be a number 9 after being at Swindon. I experienced being the main man.
Quite a successful spell as well.
Yeah, it was a good spell. And coming off the back of it, I knew in myself I can do it. I think that's what I kind of needed at that time in my career.
Yeah.
And just coming up, like, I'm not the oldest, I'm 23, do you know what I mean? So I'm still definitely learning as I go on. And when I spoke to Gaffer here, he said he'll give me the platform. He wants to give me the platform to shine, and I snapped at the opportunity. Do you know what I mean? I saw the stadium, the fans. I've played against Wimbledon enough times now to know, like, what the club's about.
Yeah.
It just looked appealing for me.
Fantastic. I think we have just been slightly.
Yeah, I think we've been kiboshed by Ivers getting on the mic downstairs. So Josh, we're going to say thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us. It's great to speak to you. We're going to cut to some highlights of our last game on Tuesday night against Warsaw for you to enjoy. And Josh, again, thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you very much for having me, lads. Cheers. Thank you.
Welcome along to the Cherry Red Record Stadium for AFC Wimbledon versus Warsaw, 18 versus 30 in League Two. These sides relatively confident of survival. AFC Wimbledon 11 points clear of second bottom Hartlepool. Still needing a few more results to secure things for another season. Chasing a rare home win in recent times. Just 2 points from their last 5 league games. Who haven't been smart on their travels recently. Go back to Boxing Day, win at Swindon for their last league away victory. 5 draws, couple of losses. Four specialists this season, a reoccurring theme. Here come the Dons looking to make something happen. Chislett inside, beautifully worked move, and just wide. Could have been the opening goal. Quite possibly should have been the opening goal. Tries to work it forward from Chislett into the channel. Lovely interplay this. Still there for them. Chislett twisting and turning, and does now get the cross in, and what a save that is from Evans. Flying stop from the keeper to deny McAteer. By Marsh. Back towards goal by Riley. By Monte. And now a ball can come in. Nodded down, and a good save needed from Broom. Smart. Little to the keep. Over the set piece. Little's ball in, and what a header from Nightingale. Just before the hour mark, it's the home side in front. A first league goal this season for Nightingale. Towering header from the centre-back. A perfect header from the centre-back. By getting the set piece, he's gone short with McAteer. Now the low, dangerous ball in, a scramble, and in for 2-0. Ali Al-Hamadi. AFC Wimbledon right in control of this contest now. What a signing he's been. Picked up from Wickham in January. And that's his 7th goal already in just 13 games. Bundles it in. A long way back for Walsall now. Just 2-0 on the scoreboard, but in the context of their poor recent away form, they really struggled on their travels. Won this in 7 and becoming 8. It might just be about to become 3-0 here. Beautifully worked move. It's towards Al-Hamadi again, who scores again. 2 goals in a minute for Ali Al-Hamadi. Or maybe not. A very late flag from the assistant referee. And the goal won't stand after all. The home fans and players brought back from their jubilation. AFC Wimbledon chasing that third that was elusive minutes ago. Strike from distance. Evans was never too concerned about it in the Walsall goal for all the oohs and ahs of the home supporters.
And welcome back, and once again thank you very much Josh Davison for joining us. I know we just saw the highlights of our 2-0 win over Walsall on Tuesday night with goals from Will Nightingale and Ali Al-Hamadi. We've had another switch round on the panel, so George Jones is back, I'm sorry to say, and to my left we also have Stuart Deakins joining us. Stuart, very nice. You got quite fancy with the transitions there in the Josh video, I noticed.
Did you watch a new Switcher video on how to edit? Got your new transition?
Yeah, you know me, I love to play around with something.
Well, on that note,
it's always enjoyable. I was just chatting to Josh.
Yeah.
I showed Josh obviously what beforehand. It's funny how humble Josh is in terms of blatantly going, "Oh, that wasn't a bad goal." But I did notice when Ayub was on, he's like, "Oh, miss Ayub."
Yeah, you could see.
So
I forget that he actually started the season alongside Ayub, and you can see obviously how highly he rates Ayub Asal, as we all do. But he's gone now, so he's dead to us. Anyway, moving on. This is the Rochdale team news for this afternoon's game, and as you can see, Stu, as we mentioned on the podcast, their top scorer, Devante Rodney, is missing in action. I haven't been able to establish why.
He got injured.
Well, I'm guessing he's injured, but I don't know how long he's out for, anything like that.
No, do you know what I noticed? Because
Quigley's
Quigley's back on the bench today, and they were, I think mid-March, both of them were substituted in the game. Obviously early on for injuries, so I think they both pick up injuries. Right. But Quigley's on loan from Stockport, from memory.
They made quite a lot of signings in the January.
Yeah.
And quite some strong signings as well.
Yeah.
So I think they'll, with the new manager, there'll be a challenge there. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park, as playing bottom would sort of insinuate. I think
Henderson played full 90 minutes at Crawley, which I think was his first 90 minutes for a long while.
He's a machine though. He's 40.
He's old.
Yeah, he's very old.
Yeah.
82. I'm just sorry. Yeah, go on, George.
So I was just going to say, I mean, for me, the player there, obviously Henderson's experience, even Ebanks Landell as well at the back is a very solid lower league centre back. But for me, it's Oda, the 11, who is their standout player. He is supremely talented, and in the away game, he was very, very good.
Is he the person in the picture? That shows how much research I've done.
Yeah,
I think I've just followed George as well.
In fairness, Stu, it's not your graphic; it's the Rochdale.
It's the Rochdale graphic.
We are not to know who that random man is.
But to be fair, one player to watch out for is number 7, Liam Kelly. Played at Oxford. He's serious in the middle. He's not anyone to look past, and I think he'll dictate the game quite well and get it forward to players ahead. He had a stint out in Holland for Feyenoord, so he obviously has something that has picked up from those sort of scouts. So look, they have got quite a strong team, and I'm quite
Decent
confused
bank.
as to why they were bottom of the league, in all honesty. So I mean, we'll see in the 90 minutes today as to how they play, but yeah, it's a strong team and definitely not one to undermine.
Yeah, I think it's in a lot of ways, to Stuart podcast, I think it's a harder game than Tuesday night was, and as George has also referenced there, it's actually, for a team that are bottom of the table, a surprisingly strong bench. The only thing I would say is I'm always suspicious of people that don't have two first names. So you've got loads here. You've got Lloyd, Graham, John, Kelly. So what can you expect?
Taylor could be a first name
Taylor
now as
could
well,
be
can't it?
yeah, Taylor.
But of course, only one Taylor. That's Lyle Taylor, of course.
Of course. He's quite swift, apparently. They're number 5. Anyway, so Dio Garagor as well on the bench as well. Another good player we've come against the past. So surprised to see him not start. But anyway,
Morecambe?
a tough game.
Right.
Yes, I believe so. Yes. So tough
knowledge.
Great knowledge. Great knowledge. So we had, as we mentioned before, going into this game, looking to make it 2 wins out of 2 for the first time in months and months.
Feels like forever.
It does feel like forever. We can't even remember how long it goes. We want back-to-back games. 6-point week, I think we are hoping for, but Rochdale fighting for their lives, Tom. Always difficult because really a lot of their fans, especially in the week they sacked their manager and Jim Bentley left, Jim McNulty is taking charge of the team today. From one gym to another. It's not looking rosy for Jim. I had to. I can't get any WrestleMania puns in, but I can get that one in Kids TV. But yeah, I think that's the thing. If last week at Crawley wasn't because clearly that's the defeat that has made them part company with the manager. If that wasn't their sort of last chance saloon, then surely today is.
Yeah, I think they'll be fired up. Look, new manager. They're going to try and get. Points on the board. I think a point will kind of give them hopefully some momentum. They want a good start under the new manager. They've had what looks like a good January from what I can see.
It's the comments.
You can see the comments coming in, and to be fair, that's quite good actually.
Threw me off.
To be fair, it's a long lot of hair. Not yours, George.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hair from Josh.
Yeah.
Must weigh him down.
I hope not. But anyway, so thank you. Keep your comments coming through. We do have. Are we going to go to these now? We might as well.
Whilst we compose ourselves.
We'll sort ourselves out. Let's have a look at some of our previous meetings with Rochdale.
Just make it full screen if you can.
There we go. We are back because we're going to do some commentary
False.
of these goals. Now, if you remember, this was second game in charge, I believe, of Glyn Hodges after the departure of Wally Downs. First home game. We hadn't won a game. This was 2019-20. We hadn't won a game until this one, and we were 3-0 up within half an hour.
And Henderson, who was a little bit younger.
Well, I hope he couldn't have been any older.
That's a strike.
Rich Pinnock with a fantastic goal as well.
And bleached hair, Joe Pickett as well.
That hairstyle.
Yeah.
That was bleached.
That seems a lot longer than was it now? 3 years ago that season.
We think COVID tax, isn't it?
Yeah.
3.5 years ago. But Rochdale, fair credit to them.
2015-16, 5th of October 2019.
It's due. 2015-16 season.
Well, no, it is 2019. Stu has just got the year wrong.
See, deliberate errors. I'm so pleased that people are spotting them now.
Nathan Trott,
Yeah.
Good shot stopper.
Good shot stopper. There, he permed it out. And Rochdale could have got something at the very last knocking point. This was a massively important
Lockdown season, wasn't it?
A lockdown season.
Steve said.
Yeah.
Because there's no fans in attendance.
Yeah, we were doing a live show from that game, and there was no seat in the press box spare, so they put us in a VIP box that was just me and a radiator on full blast. And
This is win to stay up.
yeah,
It was actually my first. The first day I got involved with the club this game.
Oh, really?
It was the day before my birthday, and Joe Pickett gave me a very nice 18th birthday, 19th birthday present with a 90th minute.
This was again massive game for them. They were 2-0 up. We come back into it.
but that's this point.
It's great.
Yeah, this is the point that secured our safety and their relegation.
Yep.
Interestingly, similar to today.
Yeah,
Luke O'Neill was a great player, wasn't he?
yeah. Slight foul though.
Which is
Yeah.
He went down to Ketcher Town as well, which was incredible.
Lots of their ex-players at Ebbsfleet currently. That was
Good thing we've sorted our defensive marking out.
More static than our defending.
I'm going to carry on naming players, by the way. Though.
Just say what you see.
It was a decent team. Ryan got that hole, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at these players.
Yeah.
And then Joe misses a penalty.
Yeah.
I remember filming this, like trying to get it on for the club's Instagram, and was like, oh, we missed it.
Yeah. But then, lo and behold, comes in, great touch.
And does that.
Yeah.
Strike.
Yeah.
Again, we talked to Josh about instinctive finishes. That must have been pure instinct there.
I'd say that's textbook Pickett, though, wasn't it? He could
Yeah.
take a
Look at
touch
that.
and just hit it. From distance, he was quite good.
Oh, the players we had in that.
And this is early in the season. We've already seen the opening goal, the second goal from Josh Davison. This was the opener, I think, from Ayub when it bounces up and then flicks it over the keeper.
Brave play there from Ayub as well, jumping in when there was bodies flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Good finish.
You're
Ryan
queuing up
is
for a tea, not happy.
I don't think we're queuing up for a tea, Stu.
Have it. It is a proper like. It is.
This is
It gets
such
once
a good goal.
goal
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, you,
Look at that for a finish. That's clinical, isn't it?
no doubt.
It's like similar ones against America. Strikes it so well.
Can I disappointed you haven't included the one from a few years ago, the away game, where there was the failed knee slide celebration.
Oh, sorry, wasn't it? Didn't we also have we also when the game was he called off for lightning?
Yeah, we had lightning
wasn't
hitting
it?
the floodlights.
Yeah.
We seem to have memorable trips to Rochdale. We had a snow game, we had lightning hitting floodlights.
There we go, there we have it. So we're hoping, what we've seen there is 4 positive results against Rochdale. So hopefully we'll get another one this afternoon, like we did on Tuesday night. Someone else who got, or has been having some positive results as of late, are the AFC Wimbledon women's team.
What a segue.
Brilliant, I know.
Yeah.
He's an expert.
I know. It's hard to get
Absolute
paid, but I don't. Never mind. But we've got an expert on the panel, a ladies expert, and that is George Jones. So, George, just very quickly, before we get the highlights up, can you explain to the viewers who we were playing and how we did?
Yeah, brilliant link there, Nick. Yeah, last week.
That's all it needed to do.
Last weekend we were away at QPR at Loftus Road. Really important game. We had a midweek game on the Thursday, so the girls went into it incredibly leggy and keen to get a good start. So this is how we got on.
Seamless.
There you go. A fine afternoon at Loftus Road for our women's team, George.
Yeah, it was a really good win, the 4-2 win in the end. You know, and considering we had a game in East London Thursday night, really leggy, but we won the game in the first 30 minutes and managed to see it out in a professional manner, which was nice to see. And then it gives us momentum to bring into this Sunday.
When we travel to Cambridge City? Cambridge City travelled to Plough Lane.
Cambridge City are coming here. We'll be back here tomorrow, 2 o'clock kick-off against Cambridge City. So it's going to be a tough test. They gave us a good test in the away game. but it's an opportunity for us to, potentially go top depending on what happens in other games. So it's an opportunity we can't miss. We're expecting a very good crowd again tomorrow. So come down, 2 o'clock kickoff. Get behind the girls as we look to continue our title charge and build momentum towards a big cup final.
George, just think out loud. In terms of obviously you need hashtag to drop points.
Yeah.
Realistically, with their fixtures, they got anything challenging in terms of?
So they've got 2 tough games. Realistically, their toughest game is tomorrow, and that's away to Actonians, who are a very well-drilled side. They're very physical. They play on a very small pitch, so it's very hard to break them down.
Five-a-side?
I'll be honest, it's not much bigger. It really ain't much bigger. But and then next week they're away to Ashford Town Middlesex, who are a good side. They've given us a good test in the past. And that's an away game that's on a Ryman level grass pitch. So again, those are the 2 tests for them that we need them to drop points in.
I suppose just putting the pressure on now, isn't it? In
Yeah,
terms of hashtag, because they have, apart from being 4-0 by us,
Yeah.
they've really done okay, haven't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
but
hopefully the pressure gets them.
But that's the thing. Our aims for the rest of the year: keep the pressure on them, make sure that if they do slip up, we're there to capitalise and build momentum towards that massive cup final against Arsenal.
Thank you very much, George. Nice update there from the women's team. You say down here at Plough Lane tomorrow afternoon. The men's team have a big game at Plough Lane this afternoon. And let's just remind you of the team lineup for this afternoon. As you can see there, no changes from the win over Warsaw in mid-week.
Do you know what? I don't think there's need for any changes. We put in a solid shift, especially second half on Tuesday. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, we were saying before, didn't we, before we got the team lineup, do we need to change it? I think the good thing is the bench looks strong.
Yeah.
It's a strong bench, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I said earlier, it's good to have cover across the pitch. You've got, it's like my brings in football manager chatting. 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, 2 attackers, and obviously a goalkeeper. And again, a point I found in the week, I think it was against who did we play? Warsaw, or someone we played anyway. And they can only name 6 subs who haven't got an academy.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was quite interesting. The fact that I didn't realise it was a rule that we could that kind of affected teams like that. So I think it's quite interesting that we can have 7 subs because of that reason. And look, it gives an opportunity for the academy boys to come in and hopefully stake a claim for next season.
I think Manchester United obviously famously have gone some ridiculous amount of time with always having a academy graduate in their squad, in their matchday squad. It'd be interesting if we would actually look back and think when was the last time that we didn't, because I don't think it's a rule of ours that we do that. I think Manchester United actually have made it that
I feel
they
like
have
when one
to.
of your academy graduates is Marcus Rashford, you've got a good chance of being in the starting lineup.
This is also true.
We've got Will Nightingale.
Well, I was going to say, it'd be interesting just to see if there was a point, perhaps, that we didn't. We might have to go back through the archives, or someone could tell us when the last time that was. I'm hoping it might have been in non-league when we probably didn't really have the academy in place quite yet. But anyway, we've been rejoined by Rob Boyce.
Hello.
So we got rid of George, bumped him off. Rob's back on. Thank you very much for joining us. Keep your comments coming through. Give us your predictions for the game with Rochdale this afternoon. It is a full programme in League... No, it's not. It is a full programme in League 2 this weekend because there were a couple of games last night and there is a game currently being played. Bradford are, last time I looked, were 2-1 down at home to Grimsby. Last night there were a couple of draws, I think. Stockport and Tranmere both had 1-1 draws at home against Salford and Harrogate, I believe, respectively. These are the fixtures, though, for today. And it seems some big Leyton Orient, who haven't actually won in 5, I think, now. Still top of the league, though. They host Carlisle, who are in a bit of patchy form themselves, who have dropped out of the automatic promotion places. And we also have Northampton Stevenage at the top of the table, second versus third. So, Rob, an exciting day for the neutral.
Yeah, it's good day in the EFL. You know, full list of fixtures, some exciting ones. Like you said, Northampton, Stevenage really stands out. Got bottom of the table with Colchester playing Newport as well. You know, it's getting to a business end of the season where everyone's looking to pick up points if you're in the playoffs. Look at that for a cliche. I've thrown that one in.
How many more?
But yeah, it's getting to an exciting stage of the season.
Do you know what's interesting is, like, if you look at the 3 there, they're probably the ones that I would expect it to have gone up, not at the beginning of the season, but like how the league's gone on. But you look at Carlisle and Stockport, any slip up now, and they can. So it's quite strong there. Bradford, you say, were losing, weren't they, as well? So
they've just equalised. They've gone to 2-2.
I'm going to throw something a bit left field out here. I quite like the fact we've played more games than other teams around us. Usually you want games in hand, but whilst we're safe, I'd rather us not have such a busy schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, I do quite like the Saturday Tuesdays because it means you get 2 games a week, but to go and watch. But I'm happy we're in a better position.
Was it Crew that we brought forward, wasn't it? Was that right?
Yeah, I thought that was quite a clever idea.
Yeah.
At the time, I was quite happy because it meant I didn't miss a weekend of football, but not travelling to Crewe. Was it away as well, wasn't it?
Tuesday night. Yeah.
I suppose the thing is also,
Away on a Tuesday night.
I suppose the thing is also looking at Rochdale obviously playing today. I was saying earlier that they've probably got to come here and win. If you look at the points,
100%, yeah.
they've got Crawley decent form. So even if they try and get Colchester, but their goal difference as well is heavy. So you have to think realistically they're coming here to win. They're not gonna. They can't accept a draw, surely.
I wouldn't have thought so. Let's have a look at talking about that, Stu. Linking nicely to our head-to-head records with our visitors this afternoon.
You really are a pro at this, aren't you? Look at that linking in. It's fantastic.
This is almost too good. This is literally like we should stop now.
Where's the script written?
It's almost like we have written this. We can see there. So we have scored 22 goals at home this season, whereas Rochdale have scored 14 away from home. But here's the stats Stu was just referencing, their goal difference. They've conceded 29 away from home this season. Where we're in a positive goal difference following Tuesday night here at Plough Lane. The thing we have to improve, and I think you'll agree with me, Rob, is leading at half time and leading at full time. Because of those 6 times we've been leading at half time, I'm not sure how many games we've gone on to win.
Yeah, we have dropped a lot of points this season. I think we might even be top of that table of amounts of points we've dropped of all teams in the EFL. But I think one of the things which gave me positives Tuesday nights is we did put 2 halves together. I think too often this season we've put either the first half or second half. So we're going into this game with a bit of confidence, and we just need the same again. We need that consistency, 2 halves together, and hopefully the message got across to the players so we can't keep dropping points if we're leading at half time.
The one thing that stands out to me quite a lot, without sounding like a broken record, is the minutes per goal scored and conceded for quite a lot of teams is around the half-time mark.
Yeah, I've been thinking that.
I guess if you score a first-minute goal and a last-minute goal, it equals out, doesn't it? Because it will be 45. But I just think it's quite interesting that every team that I can remember, someone could go back and really prove me wrong here, but it tends to be, especially the away teams, does seem to be in the 40s and the latter end of the 40s. Obviously, I know they conceded there at the 44th minute, which probably is one of the worst times to concede by the 89th minute. But we last season had a record, didn't we, where we conceded almost every game between 45 and 60, and the team seemed to have that other record as well. And
it's a lot of goals to concede though. Like in terms of, there's another stat that we'll do a little later, but they've conceded 9 goals in the 31st and between the 31st and 45th minute in away games, and you can probably see that by their training at half time a hell of a lot. Yeah. That's a lot of times. To be fair, that's a lot of team talks going back in.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that many. Of course, that's why they're bottom of the league. To be fair,
they can see before they go in and score when they come out.
There is a correlation to that.
Turn it around, please, lads.
So imagine, it must be like, how many times I've got to talk about this?
You've got the same
loop.
4-year-old bit of paper, the same bit of.
Plays his dictaphone recording. Like, there you go. Let's press play.
Off you go. Sends him out after about 10 seconds.
I must say, with all due respect to any PE teacher watching, but Jim McNulty certainly has the look of a typical PE teacher. Does he not? Apologies if Danny Baker is listening. This is some sequences that Stuart was referencing. I can't believe we still lost 6 of our last 8. That seems mad. But then Rochdale winless in their last 6 away games. So that always worries me, a stat like that, though, because you think they're due a result when it comes that way, and us having broken our sort of poor run with a win on Tuesday, will we win 2 in a row? But anyway, as we said there, Leeds scored the opening goal in 8 of the last 9.
We're good out the
out the traps.
That's the one.
Yeah, out the traps.
That's the one. We're good early. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
You feel if we score early today, you feel I reckon we get the first goal today, we win.
Yeah,
should do.
I felt that for the last 9 games.
Yeah, I know it's an easy thing to say, but I think after Tuesday night,
with Ali on the bench, I think it's nice to have that. And also, honest to God, I'm not a friend of Sam Pearson. I wish I could be, but I do put some propaganda out there. But I think with him coming off the bench with Ali Al-Hamadi, look, he puts a good ball in. Ali seems to be in the right place more often than not. So that's some serious firepower coming off. And now Alfie Bendel, someone who I've been quite vocal and not thinking he's particularly ready just yet, but he can play a good pass forward, and that's another good option to bring on.
Does Nick Zanev know that Sam Pearson's now your favourite?
No one's taking the role for
Alright, so Nick is still your number 1.
Sad to see him on the team. I thought wasn't going to come today.
do you know what? I don't know if you've anyone seen it, but a picture of him giving Broom a hug in the tunnel.
I tweeted that.
I bet you did.
That's a goalkeeper's. That's a goalkeeper's union there, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's
think
really
being a
good.
goalkeeper's quite lonely, because think if a centre mid makes a mistake in the middle of the pitch and it leads to a goal, the blame isn't on them.
Yeah.
If a goalkeeper mistouches it, all of a sudden they could make 10 saves in the game. Just a little bit more goalkeeper propaganda for you there.
Yeah,
but,
more goalkeepers union, which Tommy's a part of. Absolutely. We were looking at Rochdale's as well. We were about to look at Rochdale's last 5, I think. Talking about form coming into this game.
Testing Spike.
Last 5.
I am testing it. There we go. And we said.
I'm not too sure if Spike can hear us today because the headphones are not there.
I think it's also very difficult with the back input.
We've got the breakdown of the Man City Liverpool game. What more could you want?
Yay! I want the breakdown of the Luton Watford game because Luton beat Watford 2-0 today. Just for
Did they?
They did.
I thought it was tomorrow. I was going to look forward to watching that.
You've missed it, but Luton won. So sorry.
I'll watch it on rewind. Luton, and just very quickly, we talk about losing position. I still find it mad that Luton are 3rd in the most games they've lost from winning positions.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're 3rd.
They're 3rd. So just to think in terms of if those points, Luton could probably be quite easily automatic promotion to the Premier League.
Well, yeah, they were on the cusp of it.
Can you imagine the Premier League? Some of the foreign players going to Kenilworth Road.
Well,
Oh my days!
Prem, we'll never see Nick back.
Culture shock.
Never retire.
Well, can you imagine trying to get a ticket for Luton in the Premier League with like 8,000 fans? Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, right. So this is our last 5, Rochdale's last 5, sorry. And obviously the standout result was the surprise 2-0 victory over Stevenage, who had just come and won at Plough Lane in the week prior to that game. But that is an exception to the general rule of Rochdale's season, as you would expect. What I'm taking from that is that despite their poor form, they're still capable of scoring goals. As we saw against Swindon, they got 4 against Swindon, scored against Crewe as well, away from home. It is, as we say, Rodney top scorer, not with them, but Henderson and Quigley on that list as well, both in the squad today. I really do think, Rob, that this is last chance to win for them. 11 points away from safety as it stands. If they don't win today, that is 100% it for them as far as I'm concerned. So
It'll be a shame to see them go down as well.
They're running as well.
EFL team.
Yeah.
You look at their running. They've got Mansfield, Bradford, Tranmere, Stockport.
It's hard.
That is playoff or near around playoff positions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we know teams that can do a good run-in because we're one of them after the Great Escape. So
Yeah.
It makes you think with that running of games, they must be looking at our fixture and thinking they need 3 points today, which could make for an interesting game. I mean, they drew 4 with Swindon. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing another.
So when we join you later, it'll be a nil-nil.
Tom. So they could play into our hands.
just agree with you so much.
Fair enough. Cool. Yeah, it could be interesting. If they'll have to come out and attack us, and we could hit them on the counter attack.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, but we'll see how interim manager Jim McDonald goes about it. I am interested in their cup progress this season because there wasn't any.
They got second round of the Carabao Cup. Arguably the most important.
Yeah, I mean, with all due respect, though, I think again we didn't get into the second round.
When I put it on, should put first round because we'll get to the first round.
Well, that's as far as they went.
Well,
no, exactly.
Premier League clubs coming in the 3rd round.
Well, yeah, but in terms of they entered at the first round and left at the first round.
Yes, they had 0 wins, whereas at least we got a win of the FA Cup season. Anyway.
It's a shame we haven't got a Rochdale fan on to talk about their cup progress. I would like to have heard that, but maybe next time.
Maybe, well, who knows when we'll play them
if
again.
they stay up.
Sadly, as Tom said, it will be a sad sight if Rochdale do drop out of the Football League and join a massive glut of former big Football League clubs that are still struggling to return to the Football League, including the likes of Oldham and Chesterfield and Notts County and the like. Anyway, right, is that us pretty much done?
It's time for some predictions.
I think some predictions. So if anyone has any predictions out there in, I was going to say listener land, because I think we're doing the podcast, but they're watching. Technically, you are still listening.
YouTube or Twitter land.
Facebook land. Your predictions as well, but let's do some scoreline predictions. Rob, I'll start with you.
I think it's going to be a repeat of Tuesday, 2-0. We've got options on the bench. I fancy Jana to get one today. Yeah, so different goal scorers.
We feel if Jana scores, there's going to be a real big celebration because he seems to be a player that's.
I'll be really happy for him. I think he deserves it. He put a good shift.
I think when Jana scores, Plough Lane should do a Mexican wave. That's what I'm throwing out there.
He deserves it. But yeah, anyway.
I'll see a pig flying next. But anyway, Tom, prediction from you?
Go 3-0. Going bold.
Oh, you are going bold. This is far too confident.
I'm excited with the options we've got on the bench. I think we're carrying on some good momentum from Tuesday. And we've got some experience back in that squad as well. So.
Isn't it funny what a Tuesday result can do? Everyone's predicting wins all of a sudden.
Tuesday under the lights, elite.
Do you know what? I had a proper bounce in my step this morning.
Yeah, when you're doing a tour.
Yeah,
this
I had a
morning.
proper bounce in my step. I was really looking forward to today.
Was that the pogo stick?
Which what I'm saying is, after Tuesday, like it feels like the world's a better place.
Yeah, sadly it's not. It's still a horrible World Cup. We're all going to die. But anyway, prediction for today's game.
3-2.
3-2 to us.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I like that idea of having goals as well. So let's go for. Yeah, let's go for a 3-2. It could be 3-2. You know, Stu. I could see that. I could actually feel that.
It's a lot of goals in our home games.
But you know, I'm going to predict us to lose just because you've all been far too confident, and I need to address the football gods that are watching. So let's just.
Aaron was. Aaron was proper distraught on Tuesday night when George Brown said we were going to lose. Aaron watching would be. I don't know where Aaron is. He'd probably been sent to some random place in Swansea.
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 Some random place in Swansea.
Nick, have you got any predictions on WrestleMania? That's the big question. That's what the listeners want to know.
Yes, I'll be fast forwarding a lot because it's like there's like some ridiculous amount of hours of TV to watch. It'd be impossible to fit it all in. But aside from the obvious one that Cody Rhodes is going to win, and clearly we're still wondering what's happened to Alexa Bliss because she's not there. Sad times. Anyway, Spike, give us a thumbs up, Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns? Thumbs up for Cody Rhodes? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Great TV, that. Go on, put your wrestle, mate.
5-0, Hugo.
5-0.
What have you done?
Oh dear.
Chislett brace, Janet hat-trick.
Good, Jano.
Tell you what though, Chiz needs a goal. Chiz does need a goal.
I think he's in a free kick today.
Hasn't scored since before Christmas.
Really?
I think his last goal actually was,
that we spoke with Josh about, so yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll be back at, after full time with reaction to whatever happens out on the pitch this afternoon. But that is it. You can watch on, if you're abroad, you can watch on iFollow, of course. Go to afcwimbledon.co.uk for more information on how to do that. Updates will be on Twitter at AFC Wimbledon and at 9yrs Podcast. Thank you for everyone for joining me, including George and Spike behind the camera. We'll see you again about 5:10.
Yeah, see you then.